And then, speaking of FF7 Rebirth, that's about the final story of the day. The yellow paint. People are getting very mad about yellow paint. And then this Mr. Dave Oshry here. Yellow paint virus has infected Final Fantasy VII. And other people. This is from FPS Aesthetics. This needs to end. This is kind of an old post from March 11th, 2023, but this is another example of yellow paint to kind of give you some perspective on why people are mad about the yellow paint. This is Resident Evil 4, putting yellow paint all over the stuff, the boxes that you can interact with, so players know, hey, look at this. You can interact with this, guys. And then this is a quote tweet. Someone, don't make me tap the sign, saying this reminds me of the fact that in the original Dead Space focus group, playtesters only ever aimed for the head, even with the voice lines especially stating that it isn't effective, and that's why the first few hallways are smeared with cut off their limbs every 5 feet. And this person, Johann here, saying, yes, playtesters are usually idiots. Now why should the overall product be diminished for satisfying troglodytes? This kind of give you the idea of the argument that's going on here. It is like basically a basically, and this is from Niche Gamer by Frigal Belmont. Final Fantasy Rebirth needs to be more like Assassin's Creed. Overall, it's an argument for game design, better game design, instead of this lazy marking with yellow paint being lazy. Final Fantasy Rebirth is poised to be one of the biggest 2004 releases for a good reason. Getting hands on the game's final preview, we learned that Cloud can now vault over ledge, hop fences, scale up walls. In a sequence that plays like a linear action game from the mid-2010s. But by now, gamers are very accustomed to these kind of scripted moments where publishers push player in directions, up a wall, along a predetermined set climbable points. It seems Rebirth designers do not think highly of the player's intelligence. Of course, I'm referring to the eye-rolling choice to sloppily apply yellow paint on interactable points, that the drooling, knuckle-dragging gamers can figure out where to go. This odd design choice was also found recently in the Resident Evil 4 remake. It's a regrettable decision to guide players where to go, because it's distracting and makes no sense in the reality of the game. What is especially frustrating is that there have been graceful solutions to this dilemma for decades. And he points out that Assassin's Creed 2004 figured out how to have surfaces that players can climb without intrusive paint. Rules that applied that Altair could grip and scale any protrusion or brick that was sticking out by about 2 inches. As you can see in the picture here, there's bricks that sort of stick out. You can see the shadows under it. And like here are player. There are, people here where you can grab ledges, grab bricks. Kind of like, again, it's obvious to see. I think I played this Assassin's Creed before, and yeah, you can tell pretty easily that, hey, I can grab here. As opposed to in this Final Fantasy picture, where you can see these giant painted yellow ledges where you can grab. And then they also kind of go on to mention Silent Hill 3, the actual character itself would look at places, points of interest that you can grab or, look at or interact with. And then it also mentions Ocarina of Time having, just a simple texture, this vine texture that you can climb up. And it seems like most people are smart enough to figure that out, where you can climb up. So it is kind of interesting to see people react to it, but I definitely agree that it's ugly, and it is kind of, I guess, just a further sort of reminder of how game design is kind of going downhill when people just say, slap some yellow on it and it'll be done. They'll figure it out.